RC. Okay, guys, look at this. Even the box is dope. This is the TCR RTR from MST Max Speed Technology. This kit features a lot of things for a little amount of money. This was 214 bucks for this. We're talking full ball bearings, CVDs, ball diff, direct drive, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we need to get into. So without further ado, let's get this box open. Slice, slice. So let's see what we're working with here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Sort of one-handed. Hold on a second. They really packaged this thing in here. It's not moving anywhere in that box. All right, right off the bat, got the decal sheet, instruction manual, and I guess some parts. We'll get to that. All right, here's the Honda body. Pretty cool. All right, looking forward to that. By the way, the body comes with light buckets, so you know what that means. LEDs. All right, there's the wing and the mirrors and some other molded parts. Looking forward to putting those on. Transmitter is zip stripped in there. Let me get this thing unpackaged. Okay, there it is. Everything out of the box, nice and laid out. Let's get into it. All right, there's the TCR RTR instruction manual. Illustrations are in color. Everything's labeled with numbers and part numbers and all that. So instruction manual looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Got a body mount kit. This is a body parts bag. You have the molded wing, you have the mirrors, you have the front and rear light buckets. So I'm looking forward to doing this body. I am looking forward to doing this body. It's going to be so cool. Okay, and then the transmitter, which, by golly, this might be the biggest transmitter I've ever gotten in RTR, at least in recent years. My goodness, that's a big transmitter. It's kind of light, actually, for a big transmitter. But you know what? I like large transmitters because I can fit my camera rig. I mount it right to the foot here. And a transmitter like this can hold a nice heavy rig. So this is actually a good transmitter for me. It's a 3-channel. It's got all the trims you're going to need. It'll do the job. And finally, the best part, the chassis, which is probably the strangest looking touring car chassis I'm sure a lot of people have ever looked at. This is a front-wheel drive chassis out of the box. However, you can make it mid-motor rear-wheel drive or just plain old rear-wheel drive. So you can literally take all this and put it here and do whatever you want. There's actually a lot of versatility to this. And then you can also adjust the battery tray to suit any kind of battery you're going to be running in this. There are ball bearings throughout. It has a direct drive system with a ball diff. So that should be fun to drive. It's kind of like an F1 setup chassis, if you really think about it, because it's direct drive, has a ball diff, but the suspension is like an F1 suspension because I don't know if you noticed, there's no shocks anywhere to be found, and that's because the suspension is built in to the A-arms. I'll take a wheel off and show you. There's a spring attached to the A-arm, and that's how you get your suspension. Hold on, I'll show you. There we go. You see that little spring right there attached underneath to the A-arm? That's the suspension right there, guys. That's an F1 style suspension. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but I know F1 cars use that suspension. This is my Tamiya F104 Pro 2, and you can see the suspension has a very similar setup as the MST. Nice fake rotors and calipers. Pretty cool detail. There are CVDs in there as well. Cool looking wheels. Pretty standard looking street tire, tons of glue on there. So these are brushed electronics in here, and that's okay. This is only a $214 RC, so it's entry level, so brush is okay. I'm sure it's going to be plenty fast. The chassis has a little flex in it also, and that's a good thing. That adds to the suspension. It's probably going to handle really good, and it also adds to the suspension that's on the A-arm. So between the chassis flex and the springs down here, it's actually going to drive really nice, I think. Chassis has a built-in air guide system that gets directed right to the motor to keep the motor cool while you're running. And then also on the body, you could probably cut those little notches out and you direct even more air into the motor if you wanted to. So the way this servo is mounted, they're calling it like the NS servo buffer. It's supposed to be designed to protect your servo. So I guess that means it's just like an advanced, really robust servo saver and mounting position, which this is a very light car. I don't know how much impact that servo is going to be taking, but the servo mount is very robust and very nicely designed. Nice little foam front bumper as well. Tall ass body posts in the front and the back. Better not flip it. There's tons of hop-ups available too, guys. If you get this car and you want to build it up a little bit, you can get some hop-ups. Now, I know MST's been around for a while. There's lots of variations on this chassis. This, I believe, was one of the opening price point ones that come RTR, or pretty much RTR, almost RTR. You kind of just have to do a few different things, you know, paint the body and, you know, make it your own, which I think is a good thing. The chassis is ready to go, but you can personalize it before you do that. And to me, I think that's awesome. It's also good for people who are in the hobby, who like to do their own bodies and, you know, customize on their own. So this takes the step out of that. You don't have to buy the RTR, destroy the body before you buy a new one to paint your own. at least you got your clear body. All you really need to do is buy a battery and some paint, and you're good to go with this. There is a plastic spur gear down there. I don't really foresee that being a problem because it's a brushed motor, and there's really not a ton of power going to this thing, so I think the plastic spur gear is going to be fine. I am a little worried about the cold because it's freezing out. So when I run this, it's going to be, I don't know how cold it's going to be, but it's going to be cold. If you're anywhere near the northeastern United States, you know it's freaking freezing, and it's been freezing. And it's making it real hard to get content for you guys. But anyway, that's the quick look, guys. It's time to do the body. Let's go. Just an absolutely gorgeous EK9 body, by the way, guys. Just really, really nice body lines. All right, let me wash and mask this thing off. All righty, window masks, check. Okay, first half of the masking done. Usually I will mask before I trim the body, but I just forgot to trim the body first this time, so I guess I'm trimming the body last because I'm already masked up here. But yep, first half of the masking done. Let me do the other half. Okay, there we go. The second half of the masking done. You can see the kind of design I'm going to go for here. I hope that turns out the way I want it to. Going to go very tonal with this one. I'm going to do PS1 white and PS32, which is Corsa gray. I think that's going to look really, really cool with this body. Very, very subtle tonal design. Okay, got several very thin coats of white paint on there. It looks pretty good. I'm going to let that dry a little bit more. Maybe hit it with the blow dryer, speed things up a bit, and then move on to the next color. Okay, Corsa gray, check. Got about 5 or 6 very thin coats. That's still drying. I actually left those really thin lines. I left those clear. When I peel that tape off, it'll be clear in there because I'm going to put LEDs inside, and I want those stripes to light up when I turn the lights on. Also, you may have noticed that my bench maybe looks a little different from the beginning of the video, and that's because mid-video, I had a pipe burst above my bench, like right above the bench, and I had a flood. So this car was on the bench, and it got soaking wet, along with all the instructions. They're actually still damp because it was only a couple of days ago. So the instruction manuals got all destroyed. Thankfully, I left this the decal sheet in the plastic, so that survived, but this got wet. It's actually still pretty dry. No, it's pretty damp. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. But these stickers got wet, and the instruction manual got destroyed. It's still a little damp, so I'm going to go through this build anyway. But yeah, so if you're wondering why the bench looks different, it's because that pegboard is white now. It used to be brown. Okay, here's the wing, the mirrors, and the light bucket kit for the front and rear. Comes with all the hardware you need to attach it. Comes with the double-sided tape to attach it. All right, but anyway, let me get the film off the body. Let me get the body trimmed up and ready for buckets. These window masks are pretty tough to get off. They're really, really on there. Like, it's hard to get them off without them shredding apart. Really, really good glue on these window masks. Really good glue on these window masks. Okay, there we go so far. All the masking's off. You can get a sense of what the Corsa blue and the white's going to look like together, but still got the plastic film on. Going to peel that off, and then I'm going to get moving on the buckets for the LEDs and then the decals. All right, plastic's off. Look at that, guys. Look at that color. That Corsa blue is so cool, man. And white together. Loving it. You can see clear through those stripes there. A little bit of bleed, but not too bad. Looking good. LED light buckets, check. So far, looking pretty sweet. Time for the decals. Decals, mirrors, wing, check. Everything's looking pretty good so far, man. I'm in the home stretch now. I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing turns out. It's looking pretty good. I only have a couple little things left to do, and then I'm going to finish up that chassis so we can get out there. Not looking too shabby, guys, but you know, I think it needs one thing. I think white wheels look better, right? I'm going with the white wheels, guys. Hell yeah, white wheels. Let's go. Oh yeah, absolutely liking the white rims better. blast to drive. And it's not the fastest RC out of the box, but it is plenty fast for a little brushed motor. I gotta tell you, for front wheel drive, I was expecting it to, I thought it would handle okay, but I didn't think it was gonna handle this good. It actually handles extremely well. And that suspension works really well, believe it or not. It's a fun little car, man. I highly recommend this one. Really good price. You get a lot for your money, a lot of versatility, a lot of customability, and it's plenty fast. Also, by the way, guys, it's like 5 in the morning here. I'm out here at 5 in the morning doing this. That's why the parking lots are empty and it's so dark. I'm on my way to work. I just stopped to run this really quick in an empty parking lot. I think it's fun. I can see a bunch of these going around a track, man. I don't know why they're not. At least not around here, they're not. In good old Staten Island, nobody's racing these. In this class of vehicle, everybody's racing TT02s and maybe a Kyosho Phaser here or there. I would love to see more of these on the track. It's pretty quick though. It feels snappy, even though it's probably not really going that fast. Technically, it just feels like it's going fast. Let's go back in the dark over there. It's fun with the lights. Oh, gotta watch out for that other curb. So with the stock electronics on a 2S battery, I'm about 15 minutes into this run, and no signs of slowing down. Everything is very smooth and buttery the way it runs. Woo. Hello, the world is spinning. Woohoo! All right, so the consensus, guys, is it is very durable. It's fast enough. It's not lightning fast, but it's not slow either. It's fast enough, especially for an entry-level driver. A quick motor swap, and this thing will be really fast. And I think it'll handle just fine. Comes front-wheel drive out of the box, but if you're not happy with the way the front-wheel drive handles, which I actually love, you could switch it to a mid-motor rear-wheel drive or a rear-motor rear-wheel drive. Either way, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Either way, you're gonna have a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, this is a great little car. Really great out of the box, really fun to customize. You can really do anything you want. The sky's the limit with this car. Handles really great out of the box. Looks really cool when you put LED lights in it. You could really, like, the sky's the limit with this car, guys. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. RC